Rank 4 Super Skrull, a champion that I didn't expect to take to rank 4 after I got him, and then turns out I really like this character, so I felt like doing it. And he is a lot of fun. He's a champion who's going to get a crazy amount of buffs, a lot of power gain, and then just every time you hit them, you place this Incinerator Nova Flame and just watch the opponent tick down, and it's a lot of fun. But he's definitely got an older style kit. Like, he's got a kit that gives him a really nice Vigilance or a really nice Undermine, depending on what you want. But at the end of the day, this is a champion who came out in like 2022, and he kind of feels like a champion who came out in 2022 because he has very strong utility. It might get a little bit outshined from other champs in his class, though, like specifically Vox, who just has permanent versions of those utility buffs that you're trying to get, and I love me some Vox, so I'll definitely be using Vox if I really need to if I need to take an auto block counter or a miss counter to something a bit more stressful than Super Skrull. But at the same time, this guy's really good, and he's got some really nice BGs style fights that he can take, and hopefully you can see some nice potential from this guy in this video. Do you want him Sig 200? Yeah, you kind of want him as high as Sig as you can get him. I decided to take him to Sig 200 because I really like the character and I want to play him a lot. But if you were going to rank him, you'd probably want him at a pretty high Sig yourself. But the basic rotation for Super Skrull, the one that I find works the best, is you're going to try to get 3 or around 3 of your armor up buffs on your first cycle of buffs. And then what you're going to do is drop your special 2, which is going to convert them into Furies. And you want those Furies to be ticking specifically, because when your Cosmic Radiation mode ends, or whatever it's called, your Overload passive ends, the permanent buffs are going to go away, but your ticking ones are still going to be there. Then the goal is to get 6 Furies on your second Overload trigger, and you're going to get those Nova Flames, and then your opponent's just going to melt before your eyes. So you saw the Incinerate damage went pretty insane there, and that's a pretty good time. So that's like the basic way to fight him. That's the rotation you want to do if you don't necessarily care about your Vigilance or your Undermine, like we did against Winter Soldier. If you want a Vigilance or an Undermine, you're going to have to pay a bit more focus on the amount of buffs you get, which we'll talk about when we get to one of those matchups. But the first BG's fight I'm going to take is against Gentle here. I don't remember what meta it is. I think it's like the current victory track, where it's got a root if you stay away from them for too long. And this is going to show off something I definitely like a lot about Super Skrull, and that's his Falter. Because what you can do is just, when Gentle triggers is unstoppable, which kind of sucks. Hey, look, you got the Falter, so you can just keep playing aggressive and he's not going to be able to hit you. So that's a really good time. Drop my special 2 here, convert my buffs. The Falter, of course, has a cooldown, so when it's going to come back, you do need to make sure that you're not going to trigger Gentle's Unstoppable at a bad time. But ideally, you just parry him, and if you can't, then just slow the fight down a little bit and get that Falter back. And here I drop my next special 2. Look at the Incinerate damage, it's completely ridiculous, and then I go ahead and do a combo, and then Gentle goes down. And of course, Super Skrull's damage is pretty much all energy, so if Gentle dropped a special 2 in that fight to get his big physical resistance, it doesn't matter. Now we're going to go fight Bastion. Not necessarily anything that makes Super Skrull good against Bastion, but it was a defender that I had recorded, and it's a defender where I immediately miss a parry at the start of the fight, so that's fun. But either way, Bastion can of course fail his Nova Flames from triggering sometimes, but you're placing so many that it's still fine, and it's not going to be that bad that happens. He decks is part of my special 2, holy crap. Either way, we're just going to do the basic rotation, and you're going to see even with him failing some of those Furies, we're still going to be in decent shape at the end of the fight with how much damage we end up doing, and it's not that slow. So yeah, I just go ahead and bait out the root here, and then I get my Nova Flames active. We're going to go ahead and hit him a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and drop my special 2. This looks like it's a polka dot power meta or something, I don't really know, but oh no, it's not. That was just my regular power gain. I'm stupid. Anyway, the fight goes down there, and we move on to the next one, which is against Arnim Zola. This is a pretty interesting one because this is another example of where you can use that Falter to your advantage on attack, and you can use it to trigger Arnim Zola's, or you can like use a heavy attack to remove Arnim Zola's ESP charges at a good time. So he doesn't have the heavy counter range, unfortunately, but it's fine. If you just find ways to weave in that falter, you're going to be pretty chillin'. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the basic thing. Charge my heavy right there. He didn't even try to hit me to trigger the falter, which is nice. So I'm going to go ahead and just do it again in a moment. Actually, no, we're going to wait to trigger the falter. Do I go to it here? Yeah, do it here. And then, yeah, I mean, Zola, we can just keep triggering those heavy attacks when I have that falter ready, and don't have to worry about that. Then we'll go ahead and try to get our Nova Flames active in just a moment. And then, oh, got rooted there. That's unfortunate timing. And then, oh, I can't connect him with my medium attack. Okay, that's stupid. Whatever. I go ahead and drop my falter there, because we do want to trigger the energy vulnerability from the hits, and then I can just kill him pretty fast, because we'll go for a heavy attack here, and then Nova Flames finish him off. So, just over 60 seconds, and I shouldn't have lost any health there. I just played bad. But now we'll go fight Arcade on the CCP beta map now, and show off a bit more of his utility pieces. Starting with the Undermine. Of course, Undermine is what you want to fight Arcade, because that's how you just kind of turn off the defender in general, other than the poisons you just have to worry about a little bit. And the thing you need to do for that is just have 3 Furies when you trigger your Overload. Then you'll get the Undermine, and then you can refresh the Undermine with your special one, and of course get a new one when your next Overload happens, if you have at least 3 Furies. So I dropped the special one into his block on accident, but he recovers from his special one extremely fast, so if that happens, usually you're going to be fine. I'm baiting this guy's special one, and then we're going to go convert our armors back into ticking Furies with the special 2, which is going to put me at 8 of the Furies once Overload happens, and then we go ahead and use the falter to hit him, and he's going to go down right there. So the Nova Flames just completely melt the guy away, and that was a 44-second fight. We'll move on to fight Sentinel next. We can just basically not care about the fact that Sentinel has a bunch of armor, because Nova Flame damage hits very hard. And then once he gets into his 20% armor phase, he's going to be pretty shortly dead after that, as long as I have the Nova Flames, because I can just do so much damage so fast to him. And it's going to be a pretty good time. So, yeah, we just dex his special one, and then I run into it with the falter. You do want to intentionally trigger your falter sometimes on attack, because it does place the energy vulnerability on Sentinel, which is really good for your damage, of course. And then, yeah, the first mode ends, and we're going to try to build up to our second, and we'll be able to do that right here. And we get those Nova Flames, and Sentinel's going to melt very fast at this point. Yeah, literally, like the special 2 Nova Flames just finished him off, so he didn't even get a chance to have an armor expire, and that was a 43-second Sentinel fight. Next up, we'll go fight Solvark, which is definitely interesting. If you were wondering how well Super Skrull doing mainly energy damage could take Solvark, and it's going to be not that bad, actually. It's not going to be that bad at all. I am going to mess up a little bit in this fight with taking like tail ends of his special 1 to the face. But we're just going to do the regular thing with Super Skrull and just try to outdamage his healing. He's going to regen 50% of the energy damage we deal, but we can lower that by another 50% because of Despair. You can reduce his regen rate to 50% if you're not a mutant, so you can at least make it to where he regens a good bit less than he should be with Despair and stuff. So yeah. The basic attacks are not energy, but of course the Nova Flames and Incinerates, or we don't do Incinerates because we're fighting attack, but the Nova Flames are, and then we'll go ahead and drop my special 2 here, and just try to get this guy to go down very fast. And those Nova Flames are just eating through the regen, and they are doing their job. So I'm going to go ahead and drop another special 2, and then the Nova Flames are going to do enough to finish Solvark. And that was Solvark done in under a minute from a champion who does primarily energy damage, which is really fast, honestly. So, now we're going to go fight Dust. Dust, of course, wants you to be using Incinerates constantly to remove her sand effects, and Super Skrull is able to do that pretty well. Because once we get those Nova Fists up, we're going to be placing Incinerates on every hit. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but you get Nova Flames against Tech Champs specifically, but it is Incinerates for the rest of them. You can also use your Falter to counter her special 1, similar to like when I do it with Dazzler a lot. I really like that, using the Falter to counter specials, which otherwise wouldn't be counterable. It's really fun. And then, yeah, we're just going to get the 6 Furies at least, which we did, and then go ahead and get to my Nova Fists, and then drop a special 2 shortly after, which is going to do a lot of damage and nearly kill Dust. The Falter comes back, and then we just go ahead and get an opening off of it, and that's a 46-second Dust fight. Now we're going to go fight Lumitrix, so we can watch the Vigilance in action. The Vigilance, you need to have 3 armor ups when you trigger your Overload mode, and then you will have the Vigilance. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get those 3 armor ups, and the way that you refresh the Vigilance is by using your special 1. So I believe I do end up using the special 1 just to refresh my Vigilance, and what we're going to do now is rush up to special 2 and then convert that 1 ticking armor we have into a Fury, and try to drop my special 2 and get the Nova Fist to finish the fight off pretty fast. We utilize the Falter there just right, and then we'll go ahead and kill Lumitrix here, not with my special 1. Then we get a second special 1, and he does kind of luckily run into it, but yeah, that's how you want to do it if you want a Vigilance rotation. You probably could work on the uptime a little bit better than I did if you had a bit more of the ticking armors when you went for the conversion, but it's fine. It's because that's all we needed to fight Lumitrix. We just needed to get it to the point where we could kill him, and then he's down. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some armors against Nick Fury here. Not specifically because I want the Vigilance, but because we do want to have the ticking Furies from the special 2 conversion. And then we'll go ahead and get him to drop his special 2. And you're going to see something really cheesy once we get close to Nick Fury's second life. And it's going to be pretty fun. So we're going to go ahead and work to get the Nova Fists, of course. And then once we do, we're going to do something very fun. And that is going to be where I'm going to hit him a little bit, and then we're going to push him into his second life, and I'm going to drop the special 2, which turns on Despair, of course, because we're putting 8 debuffs in the span of like 1 second, and we can basically just cheese out his second life. And that's Nick Fury dead in how fast? 53 seconds, which is pretty nice. Like, I didn't even expect that to happen. I was just kind of trying to fight Nick Fury because I wanted to see how well Skrull could do it, and I didn't even think about the fact that he could just mess with the second life like that when I went for it. So now we're fighting a big Sentinel. This is like 1.3, 1.4 million health, and we're going to go show Skrull's long fight rotation, and I believe I'd go for an SP3 in this fight. Because that is kind of how you want to get the long fight rotation going, because it gives you an aptitude. It's like a 60% aptitude too, so it's not that weak at all. And it's going to, of course, increase the potency of your Furies and your armors, most importantly your Furies, of course. And then we're just going to go ahead and just do a regular Skrull rotation after the special 3, so we're going to get some armors, convert them into ticking Furies with the special 2, and then everything's going to be set up pretty properly. Gonna go ahead and drop my special 2 in just a moment, and I do need to watch once he gets his analysis complete, because then he's going to be able to armor break me through the block with his special 1, so just need to be careful of that. But we're going to go ahead and get those 6 Furies, drop my special 2 with the Nova Flames active, and just start taking this guy down. So yeah, he would be very dead if he was a BG's health pool by now, but of course this guy is 1.4 million health, so we are going to go ahead and try to get him down right here with another special 2, and then probably build up 1 more afterwards. Our ticking Furies are just about to expire. I do have 1 left, but I'm probably not going to be able to get 6 Furies with it, and yeah, I don't. So we're not going to get the Nova Flames, unfortunately, with this next cycle, but that's fine. I don't know if we need it. I go ahead and actually convert my armors into Furies. I mean, the opposite. I convert my Furies into armors. And we do have to deal with this armor up phase, unfortunately, but it's fine. He does throw specials pretty nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of this guy's special 2, trigger the Falter as well, and then we'll go ahead and start hitting him some. We get 6 Furies, so we will have enough for our next Nova Flame rotation. Eat the tail end, apparently, and then get our Nova Flames, and this guy is dead. So, relatively fast fight. I probably could have played the cycle a little bit better to get the Nova Flames on that 20% phase, but it's fine. It's whatever. So this, I believe, is an auto-block centric lane. This also has an untouchable node to it when my relic triggers. It was one of those weird nodes that they did in 9.3 where you are going to periodically gain striker gauge, but once it goes full, you're going to get striker lock for a couple seconds, and then there's going to be something that the opponent gets. In this case, it's an untouchable. So yeah, we get the vigilance and stuff, and then I'm going to go ahead and convert my armors into furies. And yeah, here he's untouchable. Unfortunately, I don't have the counter to it, because I don't even know if I was thinking too much about the node, but I can just kind of remove his stuff here, and then go for a heavy attack. And we'll work on getting in Undermine too, which is going to be good against Arcade's kit, because I think I pushed into special 2 here, so of course the Undermine is going to be pretty crucial for getting around that. And then I go ahead and block the special 2, and then we can go immediately counter it, and we break through his auto block because Undermine is great. And then he's at 1%, so I just need to go ahead and dex the special 1, punch him once, and he goes down. We'll fight a couple more defenders on this path. They are all auto blockers, if I remember correctly, so this is a Medusa here, and of course we do want to get the Undermine if we can, so I'm going to focus on getting 3 Furies. And yeah, I think in all these fights I chose to go ahead and try to get the Undermine instead of the Vigilance. There is a world where you do both, but it is a little bit tricky, and I haven't really mastered it. You basically need to somehow have 3 armors and 3 furies at the same time, which I actually can do here, but then I eat a hit, and if I hit her here, then we do get it. So yeah, actually, well, not if I convert though, and I do convert. So yeah, unfortunately, I do somehow trigger auto block with my special 2, but then the falter comes in clutch, and as you can see here, everything's going great. So if I didn't convert my Furies because I wanted that Nova Flame, we could have had both a Vigilance and an Undermine. But we did convert because I just wanted the damage in that fight. And then here, yeah, we're just going to do the same thing, get the Undermine. I believe I'm going to try to block. No, I don't even try to block. To go ahead and get a couple of the armors, because instead I'm just going to do the rotation where I just refresh my Undermine with my special 1. Which is also good. So we'll get some armors there and refresh the Undermine, which is nice. And we do have those ticking armors, which we do want to have anyway for when the radiation expires. I keep saying radiation like it's my show, it's overload. Same thing, you know. And then I'll go ahead and drop my special 2 here, get the Nova Flames, and we'll start doing a lot of damage to him when we hit him, and he's just going to start melting very fast. I need to drop my relic here to get rid of the untouchable. I do. And then we'll go ahead and trigger my special 2. Didn't even trigger the falter for an energy vulnerability because I don't need to. He dies. So yeah, he didn't get the chance to auto block any of my special attacks like Sam Wilson tends to do, and the fight goes pretty smoothly. Now we're gonna go fight this Iron Man Infinity War boss. This is an annoying one because you can only drop your special attacks. You can only drop your special attacks when you're doing a certain thing, like I think it's punishing or dashing, that's doing a dash attack and stuff. It also has a node that makes it where you're not going to be able to get any true type buffs, so you can't counter his auto block that way, but you can counter with Undermine, because that's one of the ones that they do allow you to have. And on top of that, he is armor break immune, so there's like no way to stop his auto block unless you have Undermine or Pulverize, and that is exactly what Skrull has. So one thing you can do when you are trying to not be extremely aggressive and hit him when you don't have the Undermine is hit their block, because then you can get the Furies that you need and also get the Undermine ramped up, because if you're just hitting their block, then you're not triggering their auto block, which might trigger parry sometimes, and then yeah, you just need to hit their block some, and you don't need to worry about hitting them. So there, I dropped my special 2. It's really annoying. I kind of hate this node where you're special locked unless you are doing the certain thing action to be able to drop a special attack. It's really frustrating, but and then I get hit there, so that sucks. But then the falter came in, so it actually was fine. This fight was pretty chaotic. There was a lot going on that I wasn't managing too well, but I do get a nice armor conversion there, and we will have at least one ticking armor once this mode expires. So I do need to hit his block now and start ramping up my Furies, which is exactly what I was talking about earlier. Like, now we can ramp up the Furies without actually hitting him, and then I won't need to worry about the auto block as much. And then I go ahead and hit him some here, and we have the Undermine back, and then we'll go ahead and try to drop a special 2, which is going to benefit from the Nova Flames as well. Eat a combo apparently because I can't parry, and then do I go for a special 1 here? It's kind of hard to drop a special 1 when special lock pretty much the entire fight, and seems like I'm not able to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and try to hit block some. I might hit him some as well. And then, yeah, I whiff a light attack to try to get him to be less aggressive and block. And here we are just working towards that Undermine. I could have blocked there to enter Radiation, but this is fine too. Then I dash ahead, drop my special 2, get the Nova Flames. We don't have Nova Fist buff, but it's enough to finish the job, and Iron Man goes down. So, not a clean fight. There's a lot going on there, and that Fist of the North Star, or whatever it's called, node really sucks, but whatever. This fight is going to be against Stryfe. So this has Incinerate vulnerability, which naturally is going to be a very fun time with the champion who is trying to incinerate to do their damage. And on top of that, Stryfe is a champion who is going to be trying to make me miss if he drops a special 1, so we are going to go ahead and try to get the Vigilance up, which I do here because I go ahead and get the armor ups required to do so. And then we use my Falter to trigger his miss, or basically counter his special 2, I mean, and then I can avoid his miss as well, which is nice. And then here, I'm going to go ahead and dex the special 2. Am I going to go ahead and try to get some armors to get the Vigilance back? I'm not sure if I actually do that, but don't really need to if I'm not baiting the special 1. And then I go for my special 2 here, and just look at the damage. It's pretty nuts, because Incinerate vulnerability is funny. And then we'll go ahead and counter him like that, and he dies. So, pretty simple fight there. I believe there's more Crucible 2 fights them doing. I don't know if this is Crucible 1 or Crucible 2, but this is the Yondu one. So this is a pretty good time because against the Yondu, it has Rich Get Richer, which is kind of a perfect node for Super Skrull because he is gaining buffs just constantly. So you are able to just farm that extra power gain that he's going to get outside of his own personal power gain. And then here, I'm going to go ahead and just try to get a few armors, because I do want, again, some Taken Furies for my first special 2. And the Stifle is in play, but Rich Get Richer and our personal power gain are really coming into clutch to basically ignore that portion of the fight. Because, yeah, that's combat power rate reduction. It's not ability power rate reduction. At least I don't think it is. I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure it's just combat power rate reduction. So then I'm going to go ahead and get an intercept because there's Force Knight on this node, get our Furies to benefit from some nice, or get our Incinerates to benefit from some nice Fury, and then I'll go ahead and finish this guy basically with one combo and another special 2, and he goes down just like that. So the last fight of the video is going to be against Necropolis, a Mega Sentinel. And this is going to be a really nice example of his long fight rotation once again, which we saw against Sentinel once, but I didn't play it perfectly, and it's obviously a bit different than the 7.5 million health Mega Sentinel. So in this fight, we are going to really want that Undermine active, because that is going to be how we counter this fight. There's the boon that she has makes it to where she's going to eventually go armor break immune, so you really can't counter her auto block that way. You're going to need like a true type buff, and I don't think there's anything in this fight that shuts off the true type buffs, but Undermine of course is going to work very well. On top of that, Skrull is Incinerate immune, so if she does auto block me, then we don't need to worry about that aspect of the fight. So we're just going to try to get that Undermine, and we have a lot of damage with the aptitude as well, and we can use the falter to counter a special 2 sometimes. Spoiler alert, I'm going to die with her at like 11%, but it is still going to be a pretty impressive fight if you ask me, so I figured I'd show it anyway, and I literally just skill issued at the end. I could have finished the fight off because my damage was really, really good. And here, we do want to try to get those Nova Fists if we can. We need the 6 Furies, so it is a little bit difficult because we do need to hit or block some and try to not block or get hit myself. There she auto-blocks me, but I had the falter in case she did try to hit me there. And now we're dropping the special 2 and doing a lot of damage. So we do need to try our best to upkeep the Undermine as much as I can, and also try to make sure we get the Nova Fist, which it's kind of difficult to do both things because there's just a lot to manage in Skrull's kit with like converting your buffs and trying to get the right ones when like you don't want armor but you want to get the Furies, or you do want to get the armor but not the Furies, and stuff like that. And it is one of like my least favorite things about Skrull is how annoying his kit is to manage sometimes, because he is a very chaotic champ to play, which I kind of like thematically because of the chaotic nature of like having all 4 of the Fantastic Four's powers and stuff. But it is definitely stressful in a gameplay stance. But here we do get the Nova Fist with 10 Furies, which is great. And then I'll go ahead and dex the special 2, and we can do some really nice damage with those Incinerates now. Or Nova Flames, because we are fighting a tech champ. I drop another special 2, and then we do some really nice damage again. And she is definitely melting. Like, this is one of the points in the fight where my damage was at its peak. Not only because I had 10 Furies, but I just had everything lined up. I got like 2 special 2s off in that Nova Fist cycle. And yeah, we get another Nova Fist cycle going here as well. And I convert the armors into taking Furies, which is going to be helpful as well. That low battery is me, not you. I did this like a couple minutes before I started recording the video, and my phone was pretty low. But yeah, here I'm going to go ahead and drop my special 1, convert my Furies back into armors, and also refresh the Undermine, which is very clutch. I wish the Undermine was a little bit longer. It feels like it could be with the fact that, you know, Vox has like a permanent one and stuff like that, but still, it's really, it's a pretty reliable Undermine. Like, there's some scenarios where it's kind of annoying to manage and not perfect, but it's still pretty good. So here, I'm going to go ahead and keep hitting her a bunch. We trigger the auto block, and of course it doesn't matter. And then I go ahead and refresh my Undermine, get some ticking armors, which we're going to turn into ticking Furies once I get to my special 2. And here you see I have the Vigilance and the Undermine. Like I said, that is something that's possible, but it is a little bit hard to manage for sure. Then I'm going to go ahead and drop my special 2 here to make sure that I have the 6 Furies I want when I'm going to try to get the Nova Flames active. And then, yeah, we get a really nice special 2 off there, and we're doing some really good damage as well. Going to drop my second special 2, and then that's going to do even more damage with that energy vulnerability. Those Incinerates and Nova Flames are just melting her. So this is a pretty good time. Here, I'm not going to be able to get... well, no, I should be fine to be able to get another special 2 off with the Nova Flames active. Yeah, I did line everything up there. Am I going to drop a special 1 to convert my Furies back into armors? That might be useful, but I'm not sure if I do that. But like, everything is going really smoothly so far, and then it's just going to start spiraling once we get to the second phase of the fight where I'm rooted a lot. So here, I probably should have converted into armors, because now I'm not going to be able to get Nova Flames on the next cycle, and this is kind of where things spiral out of control. Like I said with Skrull, like, you need a lot of things to go right, and that is one of the annoying things about him for sure. I don't think things went completely right here. So I probably should have dropped a special 1 to convert, but we can drop a special 2 here to convert as well, which is still helping. Converting just anything is usually useful because, again, you're just going to get your buffs removed if you don't convert something with your special attack, so doing it there was pretty helpful. I'm going to go ahead and do a medium, so I have the 6 Furies, I'll have the Nova Fist ready, and then we are kind of chilling. I need her to drop a special 2, she finally does, and then I can use the falter to my advantage here, and then I accidentally drop a special 3, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. Because I wanted to do the special 2 to like do a ridiculous amount of damage. This is not a ridiculous amount of damage. The Nova Flames are still doing good stuff, but I honestly could have came close to killing her if I dropped a special 2 instead. So that kind of sucks. Here, I don't know what was going on. There's got to be some bug, but like she literally can't block me. Well, it's clearly a bug. I don't know why, but like she's just not able to block me at all. I'm able to just hit her block, and then she just gets block broken, like I'm permanently unblockable or something. Don't know why that was happening, but it was. So like here you can see I'm trying to hit block here, and I'm like, wait, what? So I don't know what this was. Anyway, I'll probably submit as a bug report or something, but it was really weird. I don't know. And then I'm gonna die because like I eat her special 2 or something. I'm like, oh well, if she's just not able to block at all, then I guess this fight should be pretty chilled at the end. And then I try to dex out the special 2, and I somehow get Blexterity at the tail end and eat a crit, and I'm dead. Yay, Blexterity, greatest thing ever. But anyway, I could have killed her if I had like another 30 seconds if I dexed the special 2. I was completely set up to finish the fight. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this one, though. Skrull is a really fun champion to play. I think a really fun champion to watch, too. We'll see if you guys also agree with that, but he's a favorite of mine, and I'm going to probably use him a lot in the future. Keep him in my BGs deck, because he's a sneaky two-way champion to draft as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Consider hitting like and sub if you did enjoy the video, and I'll see you in the next one.